Everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today, well, actually yesterday, we got our first trailer for The Matrix Resurrections. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have already watched this trailer. I don't know, it was all over Twitter, it was all over YouTube, and there was really no avoiding all the different images that were coming out. And I was with some other people, and we went ahead and watched the trailer. So this is not a first reaction, but I will be watching it with you guys, and then I'm gonna go back and look at some things and tell you my theories and thoughts that I got. So we're gonna go ahead and watch it, and then we'll jump right into everything else. So here we go.
Thomas? You seem particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had dreams that weren't just dreams.
Lots of images there to break down.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
His glasses almost looked CGI or something, so I'm kind of wondering if there's something up with that. People have said the color blue is prominent in this trailer instead of green, so I'm wondering if, you know, obviously the pills, but you know, his glasses and some scenes have like a very blue tint around them, like this. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with him looking older in the mirror. I'm not sure what's up with that.
If you want the truth, Neo, you're going to have to follow me.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting and why you will never give up.
Yeah, and this appears to be a younger Morpheus, which of course presents many questions. Okay, we see the hive, all the humans, but now we see it's kind of decrepit, so I'm kind of wondering how much later this takes place. So agents are back. This girl with the blue hair, who's pretty prominently featured in the trailer, I'm wondering if that's gonna turn out to be like their daughter somehow. I don't know how.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
That guy kind of reminds me of the Merovingian. Just something about his face. Matrix Resurrections. Okay, so that's coming out the 22nd of December, in theaters and on HBO Max. Interesting to note. I think one of the very early posters for this, where it was just like a picture of the two pills, I think it said only in cinemas. I think the poster said that, but then of course the trailer came out, and I think a revised poster now says and on HBO Max. So I'm wondering if there was some kind of internal argument for a moment, and then they ended up saying like, oh, it's coming on HBO Max, that's the way it is. Pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and go back to this quick flash of images that we get. Let's see. Okay, so we get a couple flashes of images. If you notice, like, I think this might just be a trailer editing shot. I don't think that this is actually gonna be a scene in the movie. The reason I say that is because you can see the ground around Neo here. There's like a cutout square where the matrixy effect doesn't really go into, so I'm kind of wondering if that was just you know, they're just doing this shot for the trailer. So let's see. Okay, so we get this guy whose eyes turn all matrixy green, which is interesting. We get Neo catching a bullet, and we get this shot here of the machines have Neo's body not inside of one of the little pods, but strapped to a table, which is interesting. I'm suspecting that some of this is a flashback that will, you know, be explaining what's happening here. Some people have pointed out that it looks as if Neo's eyes are all burnt out like they were in the last Matrix movie. So this might be right after his death, because, you know, it in that last movie, of course, it definitely looked as if he was dead. He was dead, you know. But maybe they, in his final moments, are like, okay, well, his body did die, but his brain is still active for the next couple minutes, so let's hook it up to a machine and do something. I'm not sure, but you know, this definitely looks like right after that battle, and his eyes are still messed up. So yeah. And then of course we have we have what appears to be younger Morpheus, which I can only assume is a program, maybe, you know, maybe like it's a program that is simulating a younger Morpheus, because or a clone, maybe. There's a lot of ways they could do this, but they all imply a lot of different things, so I'm not sure how. There's a younger Morpheus. Okay, some kind of light is generated between them. And this looks like a shot just from the first movie. I'll have to go check that scene from the first movie, if she's wearing the exact same clothes or not. You know, so I'm suspecting that some of this is either just old footage, or it's new footage meant to be a flashback. So that's interesting. Let's see. I believe what we're looking at here, this, if way down here, it's super small, it looks like that might be Neo laying on the table they have him on, and I don't know, there's no one on the other side, so I don't know what's happening with, you know, this giant machine. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. And of course, here we go, he's seems to be coming out of a pod now. Yeah, so I just have a lot of questions as to what the machines did, because they had peace and everything seemed cool. So did some other machines try to bring them back to life for some reason? I don't know. Very, very interesting. Some guy with a ring, Neil Patrick Harris with his blue glasses, and you know, I commented on his glasses. They look like someone went back over this footage and like really heightened the saturation and vibrance on the glasses specifically, so they're just like popping out of this frame. They're like such a bright blue that something's happening with those glasses. That's all I'm saying. It definitely seems interesting. Okay, so I think that's about it for the flashing images. Let's see, and then of course we have him popping all those pills, the blue pills. Some people are theorizing that this might be the small child that the Oracle was with in the last movie. This might be her all grown up, which again, you know, this seems to definitely take place later on. This is definitely a sequel, and yet we're seeing some younger versions of like Morpheus. And you know, there's a lot of answers we're gonna need. I'm suspecting we're not gonna get all of the answers in this first movie. Now, what's happening here? You know, this seems to be someone else entirely, someone else's reflection, like this older looking guy. and then his face morphs into Neo's. So I don't know if like this is what he he thinks he looks like, or maybe what everyone else sees him as, and then he's like seeing the reality is like, oh no, I'm Neo, so I don't know if it was some kind of like forced on disguise, but very interesting. Not sure what we're seeing there. Let's see. And then of course, this new Morpheus is offering him the 2 pills. The rabbit, just like just like the first movie. Now this, I'm suspecting that, I mentioned like this might be Neo and Trinity's daughter somehow, which, obviously Trinity like brutally died, and then Neo seemingly died. So how would that be possible? Well, I mean, here's my thing. The machines can grow people. The machines can just kind of take any sort of DNA they want and create people. That's literally like the whole premise, is that they were growing human beings. So that, all I'm saying, like, it's kind of messed up, but I'm saying like that's how it would be possible, is that the machines grew her, which is very interesting. Now, would being the daughter of the one give you some kind of extra abilities? I don't know. I mean, maybe you would like have some of the code that the one has. Maybe, I don't know. A lot of questions. Now, I did notice something here. You can see on Trinity's face, this does not appear to be just a trailer filter edit, but this looks like it's really happening in the movie. Her face is like breaking down the code, or something is happening here. It's like she's not able to keep her physical form in the Matrix, and it's like breaking down, because you can see like the code just like running down. So that's interesting. That's really interesting. Now this dojo, very much like the first movie, but it's got like more detailed scenery in the background. And then of course he does this interesting push here. See, at first I thought it was actually a punch, but if you look at it, he's just doing like a force push. See, he's not even like touching him. It's just like this wave of force on him, and that pushes him back. So some Neo telekinesis. Of course, that seems much more powerful than we've ever seen him punch anybody, even when he was like full Neo mode. Now again, this is kind of why I'm saying some of this might be flashbacks, because we get this shot of all of like the hive of humans all connected to the Matrix, and this is the way it was. And then they show us this, and these appear to be the same towers, all disconnected, or at least that's what it looks like to me. They look like the same pod towers, but without any pods on them. And of course, everything's all derelict and run down. And I've seen other people mention, oh, hey, look, there's sunlight coming through, which in the real world, the sunlight is supposed to be blocked off by basically a cover of this black smoke that humans put down during the war, and that's why in the real world it's always nighttime, because the sun's been blocked out. So does this take place like thousands of years later, where somehow like, oh, that even that effect is starting to worn down and the sun is now showing through again? I don't know. But that's interesting. That's very interesting that there's seemingly sunlight in the real world. See, she does this cool thing where she bounces off the corner there. Let's see, and the morph into an agent. This guy turns into an agent, and they appear to be your classic agents. There's nothing like different about them. So that's interesting. Let's see, someone's got Someone's got Neo at gunpoint. Kind of hard to discern who. It might just be an agent. Let's see. Someone fires a rocket all the way through this. I don't know who this guy is. This seems to be, maybe this is you know, it looks like Neo and Morpheus at the front there, and some other members of the crew. But they're dodging this missile. And Neo's fighting this guy now, whoever this is. Morpheus just very casually shooting through. Okay, so we see this here. His eyes do not look messed up in this scene. So some people have theorized that maybe they grew Neo a new body, which of course, you know, the machines, they can do that. So if they grew a new body and then they just plugged that body in and transferred his brain to that one, you know, that could be one way to bring him back to life. You know, so there's a lot of things the machines could have been doing here, is what I'm saying. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna say it almost looks like Trinity has some, you know, the agents have that effect where, like, oh, they're moving so fast you can see multiple of them. It almost looks as if that's what's happening here. Her arm is, you know, it's got that blur effect to it, and then there was an impact when, like this right here, when she hits the guards. So does Trinity have some powers as well? Is she a program? What, I don't know. Like this, like what's happening here? Very interesting stuff. And of course Morpheus touches the mirror. He seems surprised, so maybe this is like the new Morpheus's origin, showing that moment. Jumping over cars. Yeah, we see these agents dodging stuff. They've definitely updated some of the effects here. The blurs are like much more smooth. Now, who is he fighting here? I can't really tell. I don't know. Just some guy. I can't tell who that's supposed to be. And there's some kind of light effect happening here. So I don't know if it looks like Neo might have an entirely new set of powers, because there's some sort of glowing light thing that he's emitting here, and it's like pushing everyone back. See this? It's coming out of his hand. So I don't know what the deal with this is, because obviously that's never been a thing before. So yeah, a lot of interesting new things. This might be an entirely new Matrix, like literally a new program, a new system that he's hooked into somehow. Because definitely there seems to be like a stylistic change. See, he moves the what I love is that when he uses the telekinesis, you can see the ripple effect. You can see like this circular ripple effect right here where his hand is, and you can see that pushing the missile. So I love that, you know, you can like physically see an alteration in the air. That was pretty cool. And then of course they're gonna attempt to fly. Now I'll be honest, it does look like they're kind of falling for a second instead of actually flying. And then who this guy is, not a damn clue. I have no idea who this guy is. He definitely has Merovingian sort of features, so I don't know if this is going to be like the new Merovingian. I don't know. Very interesting stuff. So yeah, that is the Matrix Resurrections. There are, man, there's a lot of theories that could be going down. There's a lot of interesting stuff that could be happening here. I'm halfway suspecting that they either like cloned and like rebirthed some of these guys, and these are like new versions of them, or these are programs that were built to simulate them. You know, like they have all of Morpheus's brainwaves when he's hooked into the Matrix, and so they just copied and pasted those to a program. And so it's like, okay, program, you're designed to pretend you're Morpheus, and now you have this younger Morpheus walking around. Or they put that brain into a clone body, because it feels like it's so easy, because they, you know, they grow human beings. What would stop them from being able to clone somebody, right? So I don't know what's happening here. I have so many questions, but I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. I know that the Matrix sequels were not for everybody. I know that they were kind of iffy sometimes, but I enjoyed the lore and the world that they built, so I'm pretty damn excited for this. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your theories and your thoughts about what the hell is happening. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.